Okay, let me start with this. Imagine a fish that's older than most people's streaming service accounts. A creature that's basically a living relic from the age of dinosaurs, cruising through North American rivers. Now, what if I told you one of these ancient fish, specifically a paddlefish, was tagged in 2007, and then caught again in 2025, still alive, still growing? That's not just a cool fish story. It's a window into how we understand, and maybe even mess up, conservation efforts. Let me unpack this, because honestly, it's way more fascinating than you'd expect. First off, let's talk about the fish itself. Paddlefish are these weird, prehistoric-looking creatures. They've been around for over 100 million years, which means they've outlived the T-Rex, Ice Ages, and literally every human civilization. Their snout, this long, paddle-shaped thing, isn't just for show. It's packed with sensors to detect plankton, their food source. So they are basically swimming vacuum cleaners with a built-in GPS. But here's the kicker, they are slow growers. Females take up to 18 years to mature. And they can live for 60 years? That's like a human hitting retirement age and still being in their prime. What this means is that every individual fish matters way more than we realize. Lose one, and you're not just losing a fish, you're losing decades of evolutionary history. Now, back to the story. Biologists tagged this 87-pound paddlefish in 2007, then release it. 18 years later, someone catches it, and it's only gained 11 pounds. 11 pounds over almost 2 decades. That seems almost glacial. But here's where I get conflicted. On one hand, this data is gold for scientists. It tells them growth rates, migration patterns, survival in changing ecosystems. But wait, this fish was tagged, released, and then harvested later. So we're using these ancient beings as both study subjects and game fish. That feels like a moral tightrope walk. Are we learning enough to justify the cost? Or are we just exploiting them under the guise of research? Let's zoom out. Tagging programs are supposed to help manage fish populations, right? By tracking how many get caught, biologists can tweak regulations. But the real value here isn't just numbers, it's the long-term stories. This fish, ND8841, lived through droughts, floods, invasive species, and who knows how many changes to its habitat. And it thrived. Or at least survived. That resilience is incredible. But it also makes me wonder, how many others didn't make it? How many 60-year-old fish were caught before they could spawn again? Because here's the thing, paddlefish don't spawn every year. If you catch a mature female, you're not just removing one fish. You're potentially wiping out an entire generation of offspring. That's a ripple effect that could collapse the population faster than we think. What fascinates me most is the contradiction here. We call them living fossils, but we treat them like disposable data points. This fish was a broodstock, used to produce fingerlings for stocking, then released. So we're actively manipulating their populations to support them. But is that really conservation? Or is it just controlled exploitation? I mean, if we're relying on hatcheries to prop up species that should be self-sustaining, aren't we admitting failure? This isn't about a single fish anymore. It's about our entire approach to wildlife management. Are we preserving nature, or just managing its decline? And here's the deeper issue, paddlefish need specific habitats. Clean gravel beds, precise water temperatures, river flows that mimic natural cycles. But we've dammed rivers, diverted water, and built cities that fragment their ecosystems. Lake Sakakawea, the lake where this fish lived, is a reservoir, not a natural habitat. So we've created artificial environments for these ancient creatures to survive in. It's like turning a rainforest into a greenhouse and calling it a victory. The fact that this fish survived for 18 years in a human-altered system is impressive, but also tragic. It's a testament to their resilience, sure. But it's also a warning. How much longer can they adapt before the system breaks completely? So where does this leave us? With more questions than answers. This paddlefish's journey isn't just a curiosity. It's a case study in how we interact with species that evolved on a timescale we can't even comprehend. We're treating them like characters in a reality show, tagging, tracking, harvesting, while their real story is about survival against the odds. If we're serious about conservation, we need to stop seeing these fish as resources and start seeing them as irreplaceable parts of an ecosystem that's way older than us. Maybe then, we'll realize that the real goal isn't to manage their decline, but to let them thrive on their own terms. What do you think? Should we be doing more than just tagging and releasing? Let me know in the comments.